Hey guys, it's SGT Nickel here, and today I'm going to show you everything you need to know about the SKS. This is everything you need to know to use it and to, if you want to operate one or own one, everything you basically need to know. So, first thing I'd like to get into is the history of the SKS Siminov. I have a write-up right here. It's from James Gunn's Recognition Guide. It's this firearm right there, and I'm going to read you the basic history of it. Siminov is a person, of course, okay? So Siminov survived the SVT fiasco and set about designing a new carbine, but this was abandoned when the German invasion took place in 1941. He returned to it when the Soviets captured their first MP-44s from the Germans and developed their own 7.62 short cartridge, which is this right here. Okay. Changing the design to suit this new cartridge, experimental models were in the hands of troops in combat in 1944. Modifications were made, and in 1946, mass production of the first Soviet weapon to fire the 7.62 by 39 mm cartridge began. It was thereafter widely issued and also supplied to several communist bloc countries, being copied in China, North Korea, East Germany, and Yugoslavia. It is estimated that perhaps 15 million have been made. And this firearm was the predecessor to the AK-47, as most people know as the Kalashnikov. It's basically more or less the Kalashnikov from this point forward. From here back, it is not. The platform is very similar, but however, it's quite different also. Takes a different magazine, does shoot the same thing, but the backwards operation is very different. It's a semi-automatic. The AK-47 is a fully automatic. The bolt is quite different. The safety is quite different. So it's definitely not your AK-47, but it sometimes can resemble one. So when you go into owning a firearm, you're going to need some cleaning gear and basic tools to take it apart and put it together. The nice thing about the Siminov is that you don't need very many tools to work on it. Most of it can be done without tools. It comes with a cleaning kit in the butt. It comes with a little brush, basically a bullet ram, and a punch. And all this is compatible to this little cleaning rod that comes tucked under the bayonet. So that's just this cleaning rod right here. Basically, it's got a threaded at one end. It's got a little eye hole in the other end, so you can attach a string through. The downside to this is exactly the same size as the barrel. It gets stuck in there without the string. So what I've done is I've got a longer cleaning rod for at-home use. This is strictly my kit for on the gun when I'm out in the woods and I need to clean it desperately. Otherwise, I just clean it with things I got extra. It's just a standard cleaning rod with a turning head, so it follows the rifling. You'll need a bore brush and a basic swab holder. And these threads are the same. They fit this bore brush. You might want a toothbrush. Helps clean you, get into the tight places. Just helps scrubbing. A flathead screwdriver is really good. If you're going to take the firearm off its stock and put a different stock on, or for whatever reason you take it off the stock, these caliper tools are great. They've got little points on the end. They fit into here. There's a little place right here. It's got holes. The tool fits in there, and then the other end's a flathead, and you got to thread those out, punch it out, and then you have to punch out this little clasp. All this has to move forward, and then the stock comes off. I'm not going to get into that. It puts a lot of damage on the stock if you don't need to do it. It's not something I need to do. So that's that. And the basic loading and unloading of this firearm. You pretend every time you pick up a firearm, you assume it's loaded. So first thing you do is you grab this, you open it. I'm looking here. You're looking at the feeding path. No rounds. Magazine is empty. You would see rounds in here if there was. You can always open it right up, look right through. As you can see, nothing's in there. And then you look down here, and you actually want to look into the breech, and you would see a round in there if there was. There isn't one, so we're okay. So that's empty. I'm going to close my magazine back up. Now there's a track right up here. Track there. Take note, because when you take out your rounds, there's 40 shots per bag. You usually get 3 bags when you buy your gun. You'll get a little grease kit too. I'll get into that when it comes to storage. 10 rounds. This gun, because we're in Canada, it's only plugged to 5. I'm only allowed 5 in here. They were originally made to fit 10. So, push 5 in. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, 5 are in there. 5 are left, because I have 10 in total. So, now we're loaded in the magazine. Next thing to do is you put your safety on, if it's not on already. My safety was always on. And the safety on this firearm, quite simple. It's just a little tab right here. Off, on. That's all it is. It's just a little tab. So safety's on when it's like that. Safety's off when it's down. Safety's on when it's up. So, going to put this back down into place. So we're at range. Grab this. Now notice this is my shooting hand. This is my holding hand, and I'm reaching over. A lot of people do that. It's not the safest thing to do. If you're a new shooter, I don't recommend this. I recommend to keep your hand down here. Use this hand. This is your shooting hand. Use this to do your action. That way, it keeps your hand off the trigger. A lot safer. Grab this, release. You'll notice I let that go. When you're indoors, I know it was safe because I did the cleaning earlier and I checked over my firing pin, but I'm going to show you on that. Normally when you do it, you want to release it slowly if you're indoors because you have this thing called slam fire if your gun's not cleaned properly. I know my gun's safe. I've gone over it a whole bunch of times, so I was confident in doing that indoors. So I would have blown away my TV otherwise. But anyway, we're at the range. Safe to do at the range. Just keep that in mind. I have a loaded gun in the house. So, not a good idea, but this is just a demonstration. So here I am at the range. Now I was firing, or whatever reasons, range safety officer yells, "Cease fire." Now what do? I've got a loaded gun, even one in the chamber. What I do is I empty the magazine first, or a detached magazine. In this case, it's unload by dumping the rounds into my hand. I've got 4 rounds in my hand. Magazine is now empty. However, I've still got one in the chamber. If I pull the trigger and safety's off, it can still go off. If I pull the trigger and safety's on, still a slight possibility it could still go off. So, my philosophy is a safe gun's an unloaded gun. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the magazine in this case because when I release it, to ensure it's unloaded, the action is going to hold open. That's the nice thing about an SKS. So, see that round fall out? There. Now she's open. Another way I can do that is I could drop the magazine. I could put my hand here, slowly open it, and it'll drop the round into my hand, but then it closes again. So I'm going to have to close the magazine and hold it open, and it's held open. Now I know the firearm is safe. I've observed the breech. Magazine's empty. Action's open. You're at the range. The instructor can actually see your firearm is empty and safe. Safety's on. And some ranges will even tell you to remove the magazine. And with an SKS, can't remove it, but you can always open it. So, there we are. We are at a safe and closed firearm. So I'm going to go into the next video. It's going to be another segment. This multi-segment part. I'm going to go into the takedown.